What's up, Reject Nation? It is I, Jonald M. Humphrey, coming at you. With me today is Keaton Marquis of Keaton Marquis fame.
Yes.
Follow her on social media. Show her some love. Keaton, have you seen the new Venom movie? Tom Hardy?
I haven't.
Oh, well, you're going to be seeing a lot more Venom pretty soon, I would imagine, because they just made stupid money at the box
They
office.
have, you know, they really didn't need me to buy that ticket.
They didn't.
They're gonna
I mean,
do okay. I'm gonna see it eventually because obviously Tom Hardy. But I'm a little upset that SpiderMan's not in it. But I don't know. Maybe he is.
You never know. Or maybe other characters are in it who, you know, could be equally as exciting as one of the most important parts of Venom's origin story.
I was like, you mean Spider-Man?
Yeah. Yes. Honestly, at this point, I have no idea what the future holds because, like, with the amount of money they just made and the fact that, like, you can almost guarantee a sequel will happen, who knows? Maybe Marvel will open up that door in a couple years.
I want to see it even more now that I've gotten, like, the feedback from people about it because my friends, like you even said, it's not good, but Tom Hardy's great.
But it's so enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much fun to watch.
I'm always down for a movie that's a fun ride. So.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're gonna get more fun rides in the future. That's why I thought this video would be fun, because it's the 10 nicest things Venom has ever done. Oh. And hey, I mean, that was a big thing about the new movie. Venom is a lot friendlier than, you know, he is as a villain. So I figured maybe something in this video is gonna have some clues as to what we can expect in the future. But before we hop into that, just really quick, want to thank everybody who's joined us on Patreon lately. Got a whole... Blech. Really appreciate you guys over there. We do a whole bunch of exclusive content, including full-length TV show reactions for stuff such as Riverdale, Gotham, Supernatural, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Attack on Titan, and My Hero Academia. We also do weekly Q&As. A lot of great people over there, so we'd love it if you come check us out. Also, Patron of the Day shout-out for Derek Mitchell at the end of this video. You ready to hop into this?
Yeah,
Let's
go
get
Derek Mitchell.
Let's get some Venom on. Let's do this.
Venom!
Venom!
Oh,
oh yeah. Yeah, you want to hear this. This is important.
Is there spoilers in this?
This could help in a geek I don't think so unless you're really concerned about like the comic books.
I'm fine. I'll be okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I'm counting on you.
Venom may have a bad reputation, but he's done more than a few good deeds. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 nicest things Venom has ever done. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Do it!
Ring that bell.
Ring that mojo bell.
For this list, we're looking at the times where the anti-hero took a break from crime and embraced his heroic instincts.
Yeah.
We'll only be focusing on those who have worn the original Venom symbiote. So heroic acts from characters like Anti-Venom won't be included on this list. What? Since some of these good deeds are connected to major plot points, a spoiler warning is in effect. Number 10, protected Peter Parker's parents. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, number 375. Venom tends to believe that Spider-Man ruins people's lives. The anti-hero was once so convinced of his belief that he kidnapped Peter Parker's parents to keep them away from the webhead. When Spider-Man tries to get them back from Venom, they're all attacked by a group of mercenaries. The wild melee results in Peter's parents being surrounded by flames. Despite fire being one of Venom's only weaknesses, he leaps through the flames to save the Parkers. While we can't defend Venom's choice to kidnap Peter's parents, the risk he took to rescue them shows that his heart was, well, somewhat in the right place.
That's the sequel I want.
Number 9, stopped eating brains.
Crossover.
Venom, Hunger number 3. We should always try to be respectful of other people's dietary needs. However, we completely understand why Eddie Brock was horrified when he discovered that the Venom symbiote developed a craving for a nutrient found in people's brains.
Ew.
When Brock refuses to go on the zombie diet, the symbiote separates from him and goes on a brain-devouring rampage. Venom's hunger gets so bad that it almost devours its host. Fortunately, Brock discovers that the nutrient the symbiote wanted could be found in chocolate. Heroes and villains alike were probably thankful that Venom stopped performing violent neurosurgery and settled for chocolate bars
I want
instead.
chocolate right now.
Number 8, defended aliens across the galaxy. Venom, Space Knight, numbers 1 through 13. When the former high school bully Flash Thompson first bonded with the living Venom symbiote, he was warned about its violent influence. But after a trip to the symbiote's home planet, the two decided that Venom should leave behind his dark past and protect others by becoming an agent of the cosmos. In Venom's new position, he saves civilizations, makes new allies, and helps other beings find their true purpose. Although he struggles with his violent urges, he makes a constant effort to rise above them. Venom's decision to fight villains and save strangers despite having dark instincts sounds like a choice a hero would make. Number 7, stopped a deadly plague. Venom, License to Kill. Number 3.
Oh.
After Eddie Brock committed dozens of crimes as Venom, an American agent
that
offered to
haircut.
clear his criminal record if he worked for the government.
Looks
Brock
like G.I.
accepts
Joe.
the offer and goes undercover to stop an evil doctor from unleashing a deadly plague. Since Venom has orders to keep his powers hidden until he finds the source of the plague, he nearly dies during the mission.
Damn.
But his obedience pays off when he's taken to the doctor's base and puts an end to the infectious disease. While this successful mission didn't make up for his past crimes, it was a step in the right direction for Venom. Number 6. Rescued
Atonement.
earthquake victims. Incredible Hulk versus Venom.
Oh.
A villain named Dr. Bad Vibes, yes, that's the name he went with, plans to devastate
Alright.
San Francisco with an earthquake. When the city starts shaking, Venom leaps into action to save as many people as he can. His most hilariously heroic moment comes when he arrives just in time to save a couple in a car from falling into a fiery sinkhole. After one of them complains about the damage Venom did to the vehicle, he drops the car into the sinkhole. Although Dr. Bad Vibes later turns out to be a phony villain taking credit for random earthquakes, Venom's heroism is completely authentic. Number 5, Saved Mary Jane from
Like, I
Carnage.
would finish that
Amazing
comic
Spider-Man
and be
Volume 1, number 800.
I would love it.
The vicious Carnage symbiote was created when a piece of Venom attached itself to the insane serial killer, Cletus Cassidy. When that symbiote latched itself onto Norman Osborn, the resulting villain, Red Goblin, became a powerful menace.
Many
After
symbiotes.
Osborn tears through all Spider-Man's allies, J. Jonah Jameson asks Eddie Brock to join the fight. Although Mary Jane Watson initially attacks Venom when he arrives to help, he still protects her from the Red Goblin. Although Venom has fought the sadistic
Red
symbiote
Goblin
on numerous
and Red
occasions,
Goblin.
this clash stands out because of its importance.
A lot of
Without
crossover.
Brock's help, Red Goblin could have taken Mary Jane's life. Number 4, went undercover as a nun.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the movie I want.
A church is the last place you'd expect to see Venom, but when the government asked him to go undercover to protect a foreign president from terrorists, he put on his Sunday best. And by that we mean that Venom literally dressed like a nun to blend in for his mission.
Yes.
Once his superiors gave the signal, he stopped a gun-wielding terrorist from threatening hostages.
That's what
At
the nun
one
is
point,
really about.
Venom even
Yeah.
stops to offer a
It's the
child some
origins.
chocolate. Unfortunately, his violent approach to stopping the terrorists got him in trouble with Ghost Rider. Despite the two anti-heroes bumping
Oh,
heads, Venom's
Nicolas
actions
Cage!
ultimately
What?
kept
Fuck,
innocent
Skull's on
people
fire for
safe.
good.
Number 3, ended a shootout. Venom, License to Kill, number 1. During Venom's early days as an unofficial government agent, his superior had a bomb planted in his chest. He was warned that it could be detonated remotely if he ever got out of control. Shortly after the
That would
explosive
be a
surgery, Venom
weird way to
sees a
wake up.
shootout erupt between two drug dealers. Although his superiors tell him to stand down and ignore the violence, he leaps into the fray and brings a brutal end to the shooting. Venom's actions could have caused a trigger-happy government agent to blow him up on the spot. But he was unable to let senseless violence continue while he had the power to stop it. Number 2, mentored Andy Benton. Venom, number 39. High school student Andy Benton discovered that her gym teacher, Flash Thompson, was secretly Venom.
Oh.
When she goes
What?
to speak with him, the villainous Jack-O-Lantern arrives to kill Venom. During an intense battle,
Never seen
Lantern
this
murders Andy's father. When Venom
Oh.
uses his symbiote to protect Andy, a piece latches on and turns her into a being called Mania. Mania tries to kill Lantern for revenge, but Venom convinces her to spare his life.
Whoa!
After that fateful night, he continues to protect Mania and prevents her from taking a dark path. Venom may not seem like an ideal mentor, but he truly understands
does.
what Andy is going through. Number 1, safeguarded an underground city. Venom, Lethal Protector, numbers
being
1 through 6. In the Lethal Protector series,
okay.
Venom
It's
tries to
40
make a
now.
new start in San Francisco. However, he can't stop a mugging without murdering crooks. Venom gets his chance to be better when he witnesses homeless people being attacked. After defending them, he discovers they have an underground city that is being threatened by a cruel businessman. Although they refuse his help, Venom fights numerous villains and undergoes tremendous pain to save their lives. What makes his actions truly heroic is that there was no promise of a reward or
blonde
even
Wolverine.
acceptance from
Yeah,
the victims.
that's that
He simply
mullet.
wanted to help the people in need. Do you agree with our
Aw.
picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and be sure to subscribe and
agree.
ring the bell to be notified.
I
about
agree
our
with these
latest
picks
videos.
because I have no other picks to draw from.
Hey, I feel like Venom's a nice guy.
And yeah, I mean, it clearly is evidenced by this. And I mean, too, with the whole chocolate loophole,
I
you
was
know.
gonna say, I'm like, now all I want is chocolate.
Well, that, yeah. And I mean, Venom, you know, as long as he's on the chocolate diet, he could be an even better hero. You know, he ain't gotta eat people.
Chocolate makes me happy.
Yeah. If you want to stop recording, we can just have some chocolate.
Can we have some chocolate?
All right.
Do you feel more like Venom now?
Well, yeah, I mean, my hunger for brains is easily sated. This could be a perfect tie-in for the movie too, because you could have like Eddie Brock turn into Venom and get really angry and stuff, and then like Danny DeVito comes by and is like, whoa, whoa, Venom, you're not yourself when you're hungry. And then he eats a Snickers, and then he's perfect.
I was like, why Danny DeVito?
Because Danny DeVito, I saw him in an M&M's commercial just recently, that's why.
I'm human!
I was gonna be like, do you want Penguin to come by? I would just
I'm trying to mash up all the villains into one candy bar universe.
Okay, I'm
But
proud with you there.
this kind of made me wish that they would stop making Venom movies and just make some kind of Venom TV show where every week I get to see one of these scenarios depicted.
I think it could be really cool if they did like a Dexter-esque show, but like with Venom. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool, because then you could have him being Eddie Brock doing like investigative journalism during the day, and then Venom just eating crooks and stuff at night. Add chocolate. Yeah, he just goes home and snacks on chocolate and doesn't do anything else. He's not
like a PMSing girl.
He's neither a lethal protector or a lethal villain. He's just a lethal lazy guy. He's just a lethal chocolatier. There you go.
Super overweight. He eats so much chocolate.
Honestly, I think this number 10 one is my favorite, because how awesome would that be if the third Marvel Spider-Man movie and then like the second or third Sony Venom movie cross over for this weirdness where Venom like kidnaps Peter's parents. You'd have to do some weird retro continuity.
Because like Peter's parents right now are not canon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because he's with Aunt May.
Yeah,
that's all we got.
But who knows what's gonna happen after Infinity whatever 4, Avengers 4.
I'm just really glad they didn't kill off Michael Keaton's Vulture, because I think he's such a cool villain.
Great,
I'm gonna be really stoked for him to come back in future, because at some point in some Spider-Man movie, it's not going to be the next one, but I think it's going to be maybe the following one. A lot of those villains are going to escape.
Like, I know Sony wanted to do like a Sinister Six for a long time.
Ooh.
And then, you know, you get Homecoming where you have both the Vulture and then you get that little tease with the Scorpion, and you also have Shocker around. So like I can definitely see, I feel like it would be a bummer for Sony if Marvel just came in and was like, hey, you know that thing you were trying to do? Well, we're going to do it right now. We're going to make it work.
I mean...
But I could definitely see it happening for sure, especially as I don't know how many notes like Marvel takes from DC or whatever, but it seems like more and more group-based superhero and villain movies are coming down the pike.
Well, they have enough money now because they can pay all these people. And I mean, now it's even funny because DC stole Tim Gunn. I mean,
James.
not Tim Gunn, James Gunn.
Make it work. Make it work, Suicide Squad.
Going back. DC stole James Gunn
Jimmy
to write the new Suicide Squad movie, as well as potentially direct it. Hasn't been confirmed yet, but this could be kind of a thing that they start stealing things from each other.
I just appreciate that this whole chocolate thing, this whole giving up brains thing, keep an eye out during the new film. It's not like a major moment, but I realized they do nod to that.
To the chocolate?
In the movie, yeah.
I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah, it's fun. I think you will enjoy it, especially if you think Eddie Brock is hot, because, you know, Tom Hardy, he doesn't have the mullet. You're going to be disappointed in that.
Damn, I'm not gonna go watch it anymore. No mullet, no me.
No mullet, no me. I want a t-shirt that says that.
No mullet, no me.
I feel like this intergalactic, again, there's so much discussion and debate about Venom without Spider-Man, and Sony and Marvel aren't getting along, and they wanted to maybe cross them over, but they're not gonna do it. But I feel like the number 8 one here, Defending Aliens Across the Galaxy, could be a cool way to incorporate him into the MCU if they wanted to.
Guardians.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought. And even in one of these photos in this video, I thought I saw Gamora.
And especially with the amount of humor the movie has, I can definitely see him at least not being entirely out of place. The only thing is, like, Venom, Eddie Brock, like, is a pretty terrestrial character, so the only thing I would have to get used to is him in space.
Well, was the Hulk was a very terrestrial character, and then Thor Ragnarok, he went to space.
Fair enough.
So there's a Hulk versus Venom comic. You could very easily maybe do that in space, which could be super fun, and then you throw Thor in the mix. There's so many worlds colliding.
Oh yeah,
in the Marvel universe.
And like Hulk versus Venom would actually be kind of cool on a conceptual level too, because they both have a similar kind of thing where there's the human version and there's the presence that takes over.
Yeah.
And even though Venom, I get the sense, is way more controllable than at least the MCU's Hulk at current. Even still, there's a certain unwieldy quality to both of those characters I think would be interesting to watch kind of mirror themselves. This Earthquake one, though, I think is the best one. I definitely hope we get an MCU movie where the villain is just a guy taking credit for natural disasters.
Who has had the worst name ever? Oh, do you remember?
Oh,
what was it?
Was this the same one? Yeah, Captain Bad Vibes or
Yeah,
whatever.
Dr. Bad Vibes.
Which is...
Good job.
Because that's the thing is, too, is, you know, we're going to start running out of the recognizable villains. And the thing that excites me about comic book movies is when they take the weirder, more out-of-the-box stuff and bring it to light.
Yeah.
You know, which is why, like, I'm really excited that DC is going to start producing some standalone, like, weird offshoot movies and things. You know, it's like MCU, they put in Howard the Duck in that one Guardians movie. Why can't we get Dr. Bad Vibes? Or at least a nod. I just wanted, like, a nod of some kind. Actually, Greg pitched. Did you ever see those Daryl webisodes in lead up to Thor Ragnarok, where like, it's like Thor, yeah, and his roommate? Like that would be a perfect place to have a Dr. Bad Vibes storyline.
Daryl versus Dr. Bad Vibes.
Venom the Nun. I think Venom the Nun could be cool.
Again, they've already made that movie. It's called The Nun.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the twist.
That's exactly what that movie was.
Just Venom.
Just foreshadowing this whole cinematic. The Conjuring really ties in.
Yeah.
It's important, especially if you're going to go watch Venom, watch all Conjuring movies first.
Conjuring, yeah.
This is the thing that makes me feel like in an alternate universe there could be like a Venom TV show. Because like this is the wacky kind of shit that you can have Venom do on a TV show.
I think a lot of times superhero and comic book characters work better in that TV format just because, you know, these stories have been told through so many different volumes of comic books.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to do it episodically. So.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Actually, okay, in all seriousness, the one of these that I thought could actually make a pretty cool movie is, I don't know that much about the Flash Thompson Venom stories, but this one where he's like a coach and then one of his students kind of gets some of the symbiote on them and then becomes their own character, you know, like I thought that could be an actual cool like side story if they wanted to start producing side stories, you know.
Well, and I think that could even work with the Peter Parker, like within the SpiderMan universe.
Oh yeah, or
him
adapt
in
it.
school. Yeah. What if that's the character that Zendaya's playing? I don't know, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
But I think it's a cool concept to have an idea that a kid becomes this villain because they get infected by the symbiote. So I don't know. I think that would be a really, really neat thing to see within the Marvel universe of everything. And also, I love the idea of the Marvel characters and the Marvel heroes having to fight a child who's a villain. Yeah. Because that like brings in even more levels of, you know, moral dilemma. So yeah.
I don't care. I'll punch a kid.
I'll hit a child. No, only if they cut me in line at Disneyland.
That would be, oh yeah, no, all bets are off.
All bets are off. I love it just as much as you do.
And actually, the Underground City thing too is not that this at all happens this way in the movie, but I thought that they did kind of actually nod to this, and I know the movie is based pretty well on the Lethal Protector books. But yeah, I don't know, Venom, he seems to have a soft side, you know, and I appreciate that good villain, you know, gotta have a little dynamic, little dimension, you know.
Those are the best villains. The villains that either have this soft side or this other, you know, version of them, or the villains that you're like, wait, I kind of agree with their reasoning.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
I was
Killmonger type of thing,
so like... Team Loki.
Yeah,
Loki, that makes sense. Yeah, and Killmonger as well is another great one.
Where you're like, you're not necessarily like on board, but you're like, no, I get it, man.
I was like, dude, I get it. I mean, you got a lot of notches though, so you've killed a lot of people, so I'm not really on board with
Don't
that.
seem like
but
a
other
good
stuff,
dude, but I do.
Murder, man, not great.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we at least see versions of any of these ideas. I mean, maybe not like the Nun one, for example, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some of these.
How do you kill
moving
Venom?
Forward. Fire or high frequencies.
But you can completely kill the symbiote. You can completely kill it.
From what I understand, at least, you know, as of the movie and the little comics I've seen, if it's deprived for long enough, the actual just like gooey form, it will die.
Okay.
You can destroy one, it's just hard. Got to get around all those teeth, man. And you know what else, you know, is hard to destroy is Derek Mitchell, patron of the day. You know, if there's anybody very liable to run into a situation a lot like this, you know, maybe run afoul of some secret tech or something, is Derek Mitchell.
Yes,
patron of the day, Derek Mitchell, because Derek Mitchell just got a new job at a tech company. Woo! He's kind of vague about that. So, you know, I mean,
Derek Mitchell's the guy behind the computer now.
Yeah. He's typing up things. You never know what he's in control of, you know? Maybe he's in control of the locking mechanisms that keep all kinds of crazy experiments inside.
He's telling superheroes how to live their lives.
He's the guy in the chair, man.
He's the guy in the chair.
He's Ned.
It's been an honor, Spider-Man. We're absolutely an honor.
Or Genki Lee if you want to go like comic book accurate.
Yeah.
Well, Derek, we're counting on you to keep our safety in check. Please don't let anything, I don't know, like, I got a sinister vibe, and I want you to be safe, all right?
Well, I hope he's not working for a supervillain. Hopefully
you never know, because they always come across, especially when they own laboratories and businesses, they always come across super polished, you know? They always come across really affable. Don't let yourself get suckered in, Derek.
Be careful.
All right? Do what's right.
Hero.
Be the hero. And also, you guys can subscribe to the Reject Nation. Hit that notification bell to get updated every time a review or a video is out, because the subscribe button doesn't work for that. And hit us up on Patreon. Would love to have you become a Patroneject over there. We got lots of cool stuff. And be sure to check out Keaton Marquis on the social medias, on the interwebs.
Yes.
You do all sorts of stuff. So just keep your eyes peeled, and you'll see her somewhere.
You never know where I'm going to pop up.
You going to Schmodown again anytime soon?
Ooh, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Hey, if you follow me on social media, you'll definitely know if and when I do.
Make it happen, people. Peace.